Why are we called Negroes? Why are we deaf, dumb, and blind? Why is everybody making progress, yet we seem to be lagging so far behind? Why are we mistreated? Why are we in this condition? Stripped of our name, our language, our culture, our God, and our religion. Here in America, all of our religious training has been gotten by the preacher. He has told us of a heaven way up in the sky that we can't enjoy now, but rather after we die. But all of the years that we're living, for us there's nothing but hell, pain, torture, and misgiving. Yet the Bible speaks of a heaven filled with material luxury, which the white man and the preacher has right here, so we see. So my friend, take it for what it's worth. Your heaven and your hell is right here on this earth. So let's check back into history, which rewards all research and tells us plainly that before the white man gained entry to the East, he was living in the caves of Europe, a ravenous beast, eating juniper roots and eating flesh raw, till God sent Moses to civilize him and teach him the law. Then, following Marco Polo, an explorer, he gained entry into Asia and Africa. From China, he took silk and gunpowder. From India, he took jute, manganese, and rubber. He raped Africa of her diamonds and her gold. From the Mideast, he took barrels of oil untold, raping, robbing, and murdering everything in his path. The whole black world has tasted of the white man's wrath. So, my friend, it's not hard to tell. A white man's heaven is a black man's hell. Before we came to America, we were living in the East. By the Nile River, we were living in luxury, enjoying freedom, justice, and equality. We wore silken robes, slippers of gold. We were the wealthiest and the wisest people, I'm told. Now we are the poorest of the poor. Nobody wants us at their door. So, my friend, it's easy to tell. White man heaven, black man hell. When the white man came to America, he told the Indian, I am your white brother. He said, red man, I'll treat you the best. Yet and still he pushed the Indian further west with his white woman and fire water. Tricks and lies, he stole America. The original owner of this nation is cooped up on a reservation. So, my friend, it's easy to tell. White man heaven, black man hell. He needed someone to work the land. His back was too weak. He needed you, black man, so he commissioned Sir John Hawkins to commit the worst, most grievous sin, to take a man who's born to be free and bring him down to slavery, to sell a man as merchandise, on his body put a price. Oh, my friend, it's easy to tell. White man heaven is a black man hell.
Wow, what can I say? What can I say? Welcome everyone to another episode of the LanceScurv Show. We're going to do something a little different tonight. I just want to make sure that my sound is coming through loud and clear, loud and clear. So let me get some feedback on that in the chat room. And I see that we have several people here who are also night birds like me, but I think I'm a little more of a night bird because I go on East Coast time, but you know, this
you're night and morning bird.
Night bird. Empress, how are you doing tonight?
I am doing well, sir. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm good.
Awesome.
Yes. You know, here, and you said it and you summed it up really good earlier when we were communicating, and you said, this channel has a new attitude. And
yes, like, indeed.
It does. Nothing's changing. It's just evolving, but it's getting better. And so when you, like I said in the other video the other night, taking out the trash, that was very symbolic for many things that I've gone through recently and just in life. And I think everybody can kind of identify with that in life, you know, taking out the trash. It's not just a matter of taking out the trash, spring cleaning. Maybe somebody in single digit ages might hear that and say, oh yeah, well, I take the garbage out. I do that too. Well, you got to live life a little bit to understand that you have these negative energies and forces around you that will be trash. And sometimes, you know, you throw something away like, let's say something that smells good. For people who eat chicken and it's fried chicken and you like fried chicken, you throw away like the box of chicken, but it has crumbs in there, maybe like a bone that you sucked on or a couple of them. And, you know, ventilation, you come in, somebody says, I smell chicken. The chicken smells good. I'm hungry. But you don't want to eat that garbage. You know what I mean?
Right.
So people out here who look good, who sound good, who say all the real things or the right things, but they're no good for you.
Exactly.
So that being said, a lot of us read and a lot of us don't read. So every now and then I'm going to get a book and read a little bit out just to start the conversation and be a little stimulating, because how often can you talk about white supremacy? How often can you talk about the pink parasite? Yes, we know they're there. We know what they do, but we got to educate ourselves and arm ourselves because they operate in different ways. Even some of the people like us operate a certain way. So we got to make sure that we're on point from the outside and from within, because to be in the battlefield inside the tank and you're blasting the enemy and you feel good, but that person who's in the tank with you might take something and drop it in your drink and make sure you're dead. You might have the enemy right next to you and not even know it until the opportune time.
Didn't you post something today on Instagram about testing the energies? And it's funny because I had seen a few minutes before someone else did a post, and you know, they didn't go through all the same, you know, things that yours did, but the bottom line at the end of their sentence was trust the energy. Don't trust their words, trust their energy.
Exactly.
You know, and then I read yours and I was like, wait a minute, is that like confirmation here? Who am I? You know, whose energy am I? You know?
Yeah, for everybody who's here. And if you're not following on Instagram, it's the same name, LanceScurv. We're trying to get those numbers up. Actually, I'm trying to get over 10,000 followers so we can expand a bit, because only when you get to that amount of followers that you can do different things, right?
Right.
So listening, you're on Instagram, slide on over to LanceScurv and just click that follow button. And you know what? I'll follow you back. If I see that you follow me, I'll follow you back. I'm not like that trying to make it seem like I don't follow anybody, but they're after me. No, I vibe with people, you see? So here it is. Jealousy can hide in compliments. Envy can hide in support. And hate can hide in love. Just because they're giving it to you doesn't mean they have it for you. Trust their energy, not their words. And I'm going to say this again because make it sink in better. Jealousy can hide in compliments. Envy can hide in support. And hate can hide in love. So just because they're giving it to you doesn't mean they have it for you. Trust their energy, not their words.
Exactly.
You know, I'll go deeper with that before we do these little readings and stuff like that, right? Because even as we read little things, we're going to just talk. We're just going to hang out. We're hanging out in Barnes and Noble, whether Barnes and Noble is owned by us or not, which I know it's not, or Books A Million or whatever. It's just that vibe that I want to have when we do these type of shows. But
my two favorite bookstores.
There you go. See this about what we just read.
Or Borders.
I'll take it a step further.
Yes.
Stop trying to convince the next person that this particular person has it out for you or is two-faced or is evil. All right. When you spot these things in people around you, you will always have that apologist or that person who will side with them or say, oh, no, they can't be that bad. And you're sitting here saying, listen, did you see what they just said? Did you see what they just did? This is what you got to do. Stop convincing them. Stop trying to convince that person who doesn't want to see what you see, who knows that you have their gift of discernment, and you're trying to convince them, listen, this person is an enemy. This person is only around for a free ride. This person is only there for what they can get, but they're really watching us and they're envious of us because they know the kind of life they lived and they're comparing themselves to you and they're just envious, but you can't see it. And they know that you can see it and they demonize you.
That's true. That's true.
And sometimes the person who you're trying to tell who's on your side, listen, this person's an enemy. They're not an enemy. You're just a hater. You just don't understand them.
Yeah.
Stop trying to convince them that they're the enemy. And if you hear a baby in the back, I did not have a baby recently. There's a child next door screaming, the newborn, right? So you'll hear that.
Oh my gosh. I was starting to wonder.
Maybe I was sleepwalking. I don't think my libido was that bad. But yeah. So
I was like, wait a minute.
just unplug from trying to convince anybody else of what you see.
Let them find out for themselves.
They have to find out for themselves. And I've been through it time and time again. And when they find out for themselves, they're butthurt beyond reason, beyond measure. And they still don't want to say to you, you know what? You saw it. You were right. And then it will happen again when you say, this is the situation what I see. And they'll go right through the whole process. This is why I'm beginning to feel this more and more, that some of us will never get to the next level. You know, there's so much truth in a game sometimes. You look at Super Mario. Boing. Look, we jump in worlds here. And unless you conquer the world, you're not going to get to the next one.
That's true.
And you fall in the pit.
Did someone play Mario Brothers as a child?
Yeah, well, I mean, it wasn't quite a child then. Actually, Mario Brothers.
No, you weren't. No, you weren't. You're absolutely correct. You were not. You were not.
Yeah, right. But it was very soothing to me when my father had passed away, and I had this game. I don't know how I got it. Somebody said, "Yeah, take this," and I started playing it. And I was up late at night.
Yeah.
Sometimes I wasn't even thinking about the game. And I got to the dragon and passed the dragon, won the game.
Ooh.
And I wasn't even thinking about it because I was thinking about my father, you know, the things that when he was taken in the hospital and he eventually passed away. I kind of zoned out and got into those games, not because I was really interested in it. That Paperboy, what is the other one? But those old Nintendo games, I intend to find them and get them again. I love it. Anyway, you know, unplug from trying to convince anything to anybody who refuses to see it and looks at you like you're a rank nut, like you're a nutcase. After you've proved to them time and time again that you are a seer, you use your seeing abilities for yourself. If there's somebody else who is on to you and thinks like you and on that same wavelength, you can share it with them. But
that's right.
There are people who want to get smashed every time. I'm convinced there are people out here who want to be disappointed every time because they give this blind faith, come one, come all. We know you're good people because you're smiling. It doesn't mean that at all. And I'm not paranoid. I can feel a person who's good. Sometimes I've been deceived for a moment, but after a while, once I see it, you cut those people out of your life.
That's right.
Those people out of your life, and like I said before, you throw away the trash.
That's
Do you
right.
worry about
That's
the trash
right.
after you throw it out? You throw out the trash. You don't call up the dump. Hello, is this a city dump? Yes, it is. Could you take really care with that purple bag of trash because it came from my home and I really care about it. When it's trash in your world, get rid of it and you don't look back. That's the problem with some of us. Too many of us go back and want to take care of the trash.
No, we can't have that.
No. Right. No. You want to travel light. You don't need to have this stuff on you. And just like mosquitoes see that you can feel that your bloodstream is full after a good carbohydrate laden meal, they come around to bite and take from you what's yours. They don't give a damn about you. They want something from you and treat you like trash, but they want something from you. And when you have no use for them, they don't bother with you no more.
That's
so you
right.
Trash them first, throw them out. You don't have to even explain to the trash. You know why? I'm gonna tell you something that's profound and it sounds dumb and simple. Trash knows that it's trash.
Ooh.
So when you know that it's trash, you don't have to sit there and talk to them while you whip their butt. I think it was Richard Pryor that was saying basically that when the parents whip you, or maybe it was Eddie Murphy, they talk to you. You shouldn't go inside, and I'm gonna beat you. No, they already know. So when you know it, and you can even tell it to them in their face, every time they see you, they'll put their head down and know who they are.
Yes.
So I don't care who gets their feelings hurt. If I know you're trash, I'm telling you, and don't ever come around me again. Because I got things to do on this level because I'm trying to get to the next level. I'm not here and do a waltz through and waltz with the person I know is trash. Well, maybe I'll get rid of them next week. I want to let them down slowly. No, when you're trash in my life, I want to grab you, pick you up and drop you on your head and hope you crack your skull and break your neck. How dare you think you can be like that?
Ooh.
See, we coddle these people too much. And then we wonder
you're right. You're absolutely correct.
Because what they're doing to you is vicious.
Yes.
They come into your inner circle and they smile. And they'll even tell you how much they love you. Me love you. Me love you so much. Get the hell out of here.
It's a good thing I don't talk like that.
Well, some people talk like that when they can't string two sentences together.
Stop it. Oh, God. We have to say hi to everyone so they know that we're actually live.
Yes, exactly.
Hi, guys. Well, I'm not going to go through all the names, but we're actually live. We're here, so you can say hi or you can speak.
Yeah.
Romy.
Yes. Yes. Sugar P.
Sugar P, darling, where you been? Hi, Kay. Hi, D'Andrea. Brother Lance, D'Andrea just went and subscribed to you.
Letter P means Sugar P. Don't say it publicly now. Anyway. Sugar P.
We start already.
We'll save that for comedy night.
It's pizza.
Extra cheese.
Okay, let's behave ourselves right now. Let's do this envy thing.
Yeah. Here.
Okay.
I'm going to read out of the book, The Laws of Human Nature by Robert Greene. And yes, he's a white man. And he writes some fabulous books. Because let me just tell you something. There's some brothers and sisters out here who have a skin tone like me, a little darker, a little lighter, whatever it may be. They're melanated. And they have done me so wrong. And and some have done me so right. Okay. And they are the first ones to say, well, you're reading a book on your show written by a white man? No, never. And they're the biggest ones who are the biggest frauds.
True. Listen.
Amen.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. I've read quite a number of their books, and I do find a lot of their work fascinating, especially the older writers, from back in the 1800s and so on and so forth, 1700s. I do find their work quite fascinating.
Fascinating, Captain.
I know. I heard it in my head when I said it. I heard it.
Fascinating, Captain.
Fascinating. I heard it. I literally heard it.
Fascinating, Captain.
I know.
I use that for so many scenarios, but then I wait for the comedy show.
Fascinating.
I got a little girl over here for you. She's in the room waiting. And Spock comes out with one eyebrow raised. Fascinating, Captain. Spock. Anyway, we're gonna get on with this. I just wanted to.
Where's his Minnesota accent?
But I'm just gonna bounce around if some things stimulate, and we'll talk about it. And we'll make some nice conversation for the comment section. And I just want people to be aware that this is a science. Human nature is a science. This is not something I read out of this book. I know it's somewhere in there, but I've been down with this type of thinking all my life. I mean, if my mother was on this plane to be able to physically talk to you, she would tell you all about me, that she was shocked about some of the things that would come out of my mouth and that I was aware of. You know what I mean?
Right.
So this is my thing. So in a sense, when people meet me or get to know me, whether it's on an outer circle or an inner circle, I'm telling jokes and acting goofy, a lot of them underestimate me and don't really realize that I was on to them for a long time before.
Right.
For me, because I'm really a serious dude. Now I like to have fun. I like to make people laugh and have a good time. And just don't think if you come around me, I'm sitting there psychoanalyzing you. It's not like that. Things come to me, so I don't have to go look.
That picture you have up on the screen tells it all. You know that, right?
Yeah. And that picture stayed stuck. The one with the couple and whatnot. I put up another thing, but it'll come through. I'll manipulate that later. And I just want to say, I usually have a nice banner made for a nice new banner made. But the program kind of goofed off, and I had to started and I got knocked out, had to log back in. I'm like, what kind of mess is happening now? So I'm just glad to be here. And this is not going to be a 5-hour show or anything like this. I do have another goodie that I want to upload afterward and put out there maybe an hour or two afterward. But we're going to be putting work. And like I said, I'm just so glad they're going. You know what I mean?
Right.
The title of this is Beware the Fragile Ego. And it's in the book, The Laws of Human Nature. And I'm going to take a day out of the week maybe and just touch on different points of this, because we really need to know as Black people how, and I'm preaching to the choir, and this is not just a spiritual thing. This is an intuitive thing, an intuition thing, but we need to know how things work. And a lot of people are clueless. I mean, I've told people time and time again, not to get redundant, but I've said things, and it's not that I know everything, but I'm like, listen, so and so and so and so is not genuine.
Right.
Okay. Oh no, Dad, why are you saying this? Oh, blah, 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 because they're going on the surface. They're going on the surface. And when I start to stay away from people, they know that I'm picking up on them. You understand? And those people that in my midst that, no, they'll try to sink their claws into them deeper to make it seem like I'm such a nice guy. I'm such a nice woman. I don't know why Lance doesn't like me. You know why. You're trash. So let's read this. Page 261 of the book, The Laws of Human Nature. Beware the fragile ego. And under it, the law of envy. Okay. This is what it says. We're going to talk about it and jump in if you want. We humans are naturally compelled to compare ourselves with one another. We are continually measuring people's status, the level of respect and attention they receive, and noticing any differences between what we have and what they have. For some of us, this need to compare serves as a spur to excel through our work. For others, it can turn into deep envy, feelings of inferiority, and frustration that leads to covert attacks and sabotage.
Yes.
Nobody admits to acting out of envy. You must recognize the early warning signs. Praise and bids for friendship that seem effusive and out of proportion. Subtle digs at you under the guise of good-natured humor, good-natured humor, right? Apparent uneasiness with your success. It is most likely to crop up among friends or your peers in the same profession.
Yes.
Learn to deflect envy by drawing attention or sense of self-worth from internal standards and not incessant comparisons. Okay.
Exactly.
There's a little story over here. And it seems like they're talking about somebody way back and it's kind of long. So we're going to skip past that part. And I would suggest everybody to get that book. Really
get this book, guys. Yes, get the book and open it when you get it and read it.
And I'm not saying, but when they get on there and they start getting on the reality TV shows and girl, did you see what? That's junk, y'all. Let's get away from that. Were you about to say something, sweetheart?
No.
Okay, I'm going to jump forward to 272, right?
Yes. That's actually where I am.
Okay, beautiful. There's a quote here by Gore Vidal. I don't know who the heck that is, right? But it's in the page. And it's so true for the people who are envious of you, right? This is what it is. Short. Every time a friend succeeds, I die a little. Isn't that profound? Every time a friend succeeds, I die a little. Meaning that when these envious people with fragile egos see you succeed, it kills something inside of them. So the modern era of youngsters that say, and some of us oldsters that say, look at the haters, let the haters hate. Because you know that no matter how much they try to hide it, it's killing them inside. And they can't stand to be around you after a while. Because when you live a life of positivity, they're dying. When you make a gain somehow honest to your hard work and your application of great characteristics.
Right.
But on a good side, I will say, look, and I've always said this for years, motivation and envy are different sides of the same coin. Now, this is me talking. This ain't the book. That you see something that I do, or you see something that anybody does, but usually it's with the close people around you, right? It's not you get envious of somebody you looked at on the internet who has $1 million. We don't get envious of those people. We get envious of the people in our circle. And I'm not saying me.
Yes.
Me. Yes. See, so you gotta watch the people in your circle who are getting stabbed a little bit, who are dying a little bit every time you ascend. And it doesn't have to be material. It can be the respect you get in the world. I had a midget-like bozo hairstyle type individuals tell me in my face, man, I respect you as much. Why? Because you see the respect and love that I get en masse on social media, work that I put out. So how can you, who have no visible status to anyone in the world, tell me that and think you're going to hurt me when my very presence hurts you every time you creep up on this channel and all the things that we do? See, I'm not doing this for no attention. And if you are butthurt because of your fragile ego, like we started out talking, we have so many around us who will get the nerve to just throw an attack at you as though they can take the confidence away that you had from single digit ages. Imagine that. But let me read this rest of it, right? But I find that true. And it's not me saying it, like every time a friend succeeds, I die a little. These are the people around you who are envious of you and who are fragile and really don't believe in themselves.
Right.
And people who tell you that you're narcissistic, you're hung up on yourself. And why are you telling me that? Maybe you don't have any self-esteem. Should I babysit that if I'm confident? Because see, confidence to me, you ever at single digit ages or real young, right? Got nothing else going, right? So you put this glass and you fill it up with water until the edge. And then you put a little bit more. And it goes over the level of the edge of the glass, but it doesn't spill out yet. That's how personally I'm full of confidence. But no, not like that glass that's full and spills over into something else.
It just bubbles right there.
It stays right there because I keep it in check. I don't spill more or pour more, make it spill over. And how dare a person come at you or anybody and they take these little digs at you, and they do it slight, like they said, they make it seem like good-natured humor. Girl, you must have been eating good over the weekend. I can see a little bit of weight on, but I know you go to the gym and take it off. Now you're supposed to run into the bank. Am I putting on weight? Whatever. Yeah. So what you come back and say, well, listen, whether you have a man or not, or whether you have a man, you say it this way. Well, you know what? My man, he loves when I put on a little weight. He just loves me more. He bought me this nice handbag. It cost about $800. And I said, why you buy? Because you just so good, juicy, and plump. Girl, I'm going to eat that. And I'm going to put on another 20 pounds next week.
I'm going to eat some fried chicken.
Exactly. You got to learn how to play the mind game. I know. But I'm saying you have to know how to play the mind game. You have to. Because that's all it is. As long as you ever ride a bike and you start, you run into somebody who you're not going to sit there and have a conversation with, but they're walking down the street the opposite way. And it's like maybe somebody in your household, mommy said you got to turn around and come back home in 15 minutes. So and so. Okay. I'll do that. I'm just going to go here real quick. You slow down when you're talking to them. But you don't stop. You don't stop your momentum and put your feet on the ground and talk with them. You can talk with them, but guess what? You're not going to stop my flow because as you call me, as you email me, as you text me, as you cry about this and cry about that, I will call you in my proper time, but I'm not going to stop the flow of what I'm doing. You have people who are envious of you, who will try to offset your rhythm. And this is me talking. Hell, do I really need this book? Maybe Robert Greene needs to come talk to me. But what I'm saying is that every time they will come up with an emergency, something real bad that really at the end of the day is not as bad as they made it seem. You're sitting here, you told somebody that you plan on going to this, I'm making this up now. You're going to this awards ceremony and you dressed up and you're getting ready. You let them know, I'm going to this awards ceremony and I'm going to get this award and so and so and so and so. And there's going to be a bunch of people there. There's going to be the press there. It's going to be in the papers. It's going to be in the news. I'm making this up, right? And they're like, I can't take it. He's always getting better. He's always going higher. Well, all of a sudden, somehow, some way, he comes over right before you're about to leave and to tell you that their child at the cousin's house broke their leg. And they need to get over there really quick because his wife or whatever has the car. He probably parked the car around the corner and he has to get to the hospital quick, which is in the opposite direction of where you're going. I'm just saying that some people are so much schemers.
Yes,
that
indeed.
they will do anything to mess up the flow of your life. You see what I mean? So this is why when you suspect people to be this way, you got to feed them false information. You got to feed them false information. You know what I mean? And come back with something and say, listen, I'll pay your cab fare there. Listen, I got another emergency along the way of where I'm going. Just make up something.
That's true.
And you don't have to feel guilty about defending and maintaining your peace of mind. Never let go of your peace of mind for nothing. Now, if your mama or your daddy or your child, whatever, you got to deal and do something with them, or somebody who is proven in your life and who's very close, sure. And you still don't have to let go of your peace of mind. You just have to do what you do to help them out, which will give you peace of mind. But when somebody knows somewhat the buttons to push on you to rattle you, they will continue to do it and then cover it up with 5 more good deeds. So you forget what they did and the thought that, hey, maybe this person really is a person that doesn't like me, or they have a fragile ego, or their mission is to watch me crash and burn.
You should read the first paragraph of the Keys to Human Nature.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm going to say one thing, too, that some people, and we're going to read it after this. Just having the book in front of me got me all hyped, right?
I know.
Some people will come into your life for the sole purpose of that.
Yes.
They will align themselves with you They will act as though they're on the same mission with you. They will even grab the baton and look like they're running it more intense than you are. But a mere 6 or 7 or 8 years before, their philosophies were diametrically opposed to yours. But now all of a sudden they're coming around and they see what it is that you're doing. And I want to join you, especially on your platform. And I want to put the word out there, and we must get it to the people. Hang around for years.
And there's nothing wrong with people coming into awareness and being a certain way. You know, let's be clear on that.
Down. Yes. Nothing wrong with coming into true consciousness in a way. But some feign that in order to get within your circle or close to you, because they can't stand to see you get this attention or do something that they can't stand, and they will look good doing it.
Right.
And this is why, like I said before in the other video, you got to take away and take out and throw out the trash. Understand that. So now we're going to read this.
Yes, sir.
Of all the human emotions, none is trickier or more elusive than envy. It is very difficult to actually discern the envy that motivates people's actions, or to even know that we have suffered an envy attack from another. This is what makes it so frustrating to deal with and so dangerous. The reason for this elusiveness is simple. We almost never directly express the envy we are feeling. If we feel anger toward people because of something that they said or did, we may try to disguise our anger for various reasons, but we are aware that we are feeling hostile. Eventually, the anger will leak out in some nonverbal behavior. And if we act upon our anger, the target will feel it for what it is, and more often than not, know what caused the anger in that moment. But envy is very different. All of us feel envy, the sensation that others have more of what we want: possessions, attention, and respect. We deserve to have as much as they do, yet feel somewhat helpless to get such things. But as discussed above, envy entails the admission to ourselves that we are inferior to another person and something we value. Not only is it painful to admit this inferiority, but it is also worse for others to see that we are feeling this.
Yes.
And so almost as soon as we feel the initial pangs of envy, we are motivated to disguise it to ourselves. It is not envy we feel, but unfairness at the distribution of goods or attention, resentment at this unfairness, even anger. Furthermore, the other person is not really superior, but simply lucky, overly ambitious, or unscrupulous. This is how they try to convince themselves.
Right.
That's how they got to where they are, having convinced ourselves that envy is not motivating us, but something else. We also make it very difficult for others to detect the underlying envy. They see only our anger, indignation, hostile criticisms, poisonous praise, and so on. In ancient times, those who felt intense envy might have acted upon it through violence, forcefully taking what the other had, and even resorting to murder. In the Old Testament, Cain murdered Abel out of envy. The brothers of Joseph threw him in a ditch in the desert to die because their father seemed to favor him. On several occasions, King Saul tried to kill the younger David, so handsome and naturally gifted, finally going mad with envy. I'm going to say that again. So handsome and naturally gifted, finally going mad with envy.
Can you imagine that kind of envy?
Oh, I know it.
Oh, my God.
It's near me all the time.
I know.
I won't name names, but I'm just saying, you know who I'm talking about. There are other ones like that. So if you're handsome and naturally gifted, they finally going mad with envy. So everything they do is to just smash your character. I can't help it. If I have a mission or something to do, I can't help it. I am who I am. Today, however, people are much more political and indirect, able to control any overt aggressive impulses and disguise what they're really feeling.
Right.
The violence, enviers are likely to sabotage our work, ruin a relationship, sully over reputation, torment us with criticisms that are aimed at our most basic insecurities. This allows them to maintain their social position while causing harm. Their targets not even suspecting envy as the motivation. They can justify these actions to themselves as righting the perceived imbalance and unfairness. If someone is angry with us and acts on it, we can analyze the anger this person is feeling and figure out a way to diffuse it or defend ourselves. But if we cannot see the underlining envy, we are inevitably confused by the hostile action of the envier. You see, there's that point of confusion where, why are they doing this to me? What's wrong with them? You all are in a conversation, and every time you're about to open your mouth, hold on, I'm going to cut you. After 25 times, you say,
pow. Right in the mouth. Pow.
That's what I should have done. And that's what I'll do next time. Anyway, this confusion doubles the pain we experience. Why are people suddenly being so cold to me? Why did that project fail so unexpectedly? Why have I been fired? Why is this person against me? Your task as a student of human nature is to transform yourself into a master decoder of envy. You are ruthless in your analysis and your determination to get to the root of what motivates people. The signs that people emit of envy are harder to discern, but they exist, and you can master the language with some effort and subtle discernment. Think of it as an intellectual challenge. By being able to decode it, you will not feel so confused. You will understand in hindsight that you suffered an envy attack, which will help you get over it. You might be able to see in advance the warning signs of such an attack and either diffuse or deflect it. And knowing the hidden pain that comes from one well-aimed envy attack, you will spare yourself the emotional damage that can last for years. This will not make you paranoid, but only better able to weed out the false and fatal friends or colleagues from the real ones, the ones you can truly trust. Before immersing yourself in the subtleties of the emotion, it is important to distinguish between passive and active envy. All of us in the course of a day will inevitably feel some pangs of envy as we unconsciously monitor the people around us and sense that they may have more. It is a fact of social life that there are always people who are superior to us in wealth, intelligence, likability, and other qualities. If these pangs rise to the level of consciousness and are in your mind, or they will praise something once you have lost it, a job, a house in a nice neighborhood, a spouse who has left you. That was such a beautiful house. What a shame. It's all said in a way that seems compassionate, but it has a discomforting effect. Poisonous praise almost always indicates envy. They feel the need to praise, but what dominates is the underlying hostility. If they have a habit of praising in this way, if you experience it several times, it is probably an indication of something more intense stirring within them. Backbiting. If people like to gossip a lot, particularly about common acquaintances, you can be sure they will gossip about you. I'm trying to kill that now, and they will not hear me. And gossip is a frequent cover for envy. I gotta say it. And gossip is a frequent cover for envy. And gossip is a frequent cover for envy. Now, let me jump in and say this. If you have a close friend that's in your trusted inner circle and they heard somebody else talking about you real bad, it's your duty to tell them that. That's not gossip. That's not gossip. When you in the inner circle, you all got to look out for each other. And as a matter of fact, I wouldn't even have to bring it back to you. When I bring it back to you of what I heard, I'm also going to tell you what I told that person, because I'm gonna stand up and defend you when they're talking about you and you're not there, and clarify it. See, and this is my personal experience. This is me interjecting this right now into this. When you have that person you think is looking out for you, well, she's only looking out for me because I would never notice stuff, whatever. Let me tell you something. They bringing it back. And they're getting joy from the exchange and being the middleman or the middlewoman to bring this news to you. Whatever they bring, they're looking to bring it back. And if they bring it and they know how you feel about the situation and they do not stand up for you, why are they hanging out with this person? And why are you such a damn fool for defending this person who brings you gossip, who's hanging out with the enemy?
That's right.
Right.
That's
if you hang
true.
out with the of mine, you the enemy too. And you don't have to tell them that. Just ease on back behind them. So for me, most I'll do is wave my hand. If I do that much, maybe I won't even say anything at all. I just look, just throw my hand up and keep going. You know the deal and I know the deal. Just please do not come around me in my personal space. I'm gonna make your dentist rich, right? Let me just say this again.
Where are you, by the way?
Backbiting on page 276.
How you reached so far? You skipped over stuff?
No, I just been reading straight on through.
Oh, shit.
I didn't even intend to read this, but it's so good. I'm going to read this stuff, go to bed and internalize it, meditate on it, and come back better. But I'm going to say the backbiting again. Backbiting.
Yes,
if people
please.
a lot, particularly about common acquaintances, you can be sure that they will gossip about you. And gossip is a frequent cover for envy, a convenient way to vent by sharing malicious rumors and stories. When they talk about others behind their backs, you will see their eyes light up and their voice become animated. It gives them a joy comparable to, whoa, there's a German word here. I don't know what it is too. It says Schadenfreude. I don't know what that means, right? Okay, we'll skip that, right? Something they will elicit any kind of negative reports about a common acquaintance. A frequent theme in their gossip is that no one's really that great and people aren't what they pretend to be. Ooh. If you ever get wind of a story they have spread about you, subtly or not so subtly negative, only one such instance should it be enough to raise your antenna. What indicates active envy in this case is that they are your friend and they feel the need to vent their underlying hostility to a third party rather than keep it to themselves. If you notice that friends or colleagues are suddenly cooler to you than before for no apparent reason, such gossiping might be the source and would be worth ferreting out. In any event, serial gossipers do not make loyal and trustworthy friends. It's sad that some of us are going to have to find that out in the short run or the long run. The push and pull, as we saw in the Jane Williams story, and that's probably part of this book that we skipped over. Right. Often use friendship and intimacy as the best way to wound the people they envy. They display unusual eagerness to become your friend. They saturate you with attention. If you are in any way insecure, this will have great effect. They praise you a little too effusively too early on. Through the closeness they are able to gather material on you and find your weak points. Suddenly, your emotions are engaged, they criticize you in pointed ways. The criticism is confusing, not particularly related to anything you have done, but still you feel guilty. Then they return to their initial warmth. The pattern repeats. You are trapped between the warm friendship and the occasional pain they inflict. In criticizing you, they are experts at picking out possible flaws in your character or words you might have regretted and giving them great emphasis. They are like lawyers building a case against you. When you have had enough and decided to defend yourself or criticize them or break off the friendship, they can now ascribe to you a mean or even cruel streak and tell others of this. You will notice in their past other intense relationships with dramatic breakups, always the other person's fault. Now, Always the other person's fault and dramatic endings to friendships. When you have people who, say, for example, you're a supervisor or human resources, and you're trying to hire somebody here, and you're at the interview, and you're not supposed to ask. The law now is that you're not supposed to ask how they left or ask if they were. But back in the day, we didn't have this thing going on. So when it was appropriate to ask or pull it up, well, yes, I got fired on my last 10 jobs, but it was their fault. Nobody there liked me. I can't help that. Wait a second. 10 jobs? I'm making this up to prove a point. It's always the next person's fault. What did you do? You see what I mean? I know people like that. They always want to blame the next person, but they do dirt on these people, and you'll find out when they do dirt to you or they do something to you, and then go to other people when you cut them off and they say how bad you are. Ain't that something?
Yeah,
so
that's
these
something
people we need to watch out for. If you see somebody who in their past you have found out, now maybe a person can be nice, vet them for yourself, but be careful before you dump. No, you don't have to be careful when you dump them. I'm just saying be careful when you jump in. Don't jump in too fast. Because if ever they could look good, let's just pick a relationship, a mate or somebody you're interested in, and you find that they had dramatic endings to their relationships, or you might have been there when they smashed out somebody's car window and they told you a story that, oh man, I would do the same thing too if they did that to me. And you find that the person never did anything like that.
Right.
So you gotta check them out for yourself before you let them in your world. I don't care how horny you are when there's a man and you see this woman. It should be based on horniness anyway. I don't care how much attractive and sweet, because remember, these drama people, and this is me not even reading out the book, these people here, they come at you so sweet, so seductive, the answer to your world, the answer to your loneliness, the answer to your voids, and they slip on in. And I'm going to come over, we're going to spend a little time. Let me cook a dinner for you. And we're adults, they come out of the bathroom after washing up, and what they have on was half of the clothes they had on when they walked through the door. And you go, oh my God, just sit there by the couch, and they know that your eye is trailing them up and down from head to toe, appealing to you. And they take a peek out the corner, or they look in the steel refrigerator and see the reflection. Yes, he's looking at me. And all of a sudden, they happen to drop something, but what they got on is so short, and they want to give you a peek of what's yet to come. Spell it either way you want, C-O-M-E or C-U-M. Let me get on with the rest of this. I'm getting crazy.
I really wish you would.
Okay, I'll just go back on the other. You will notice in their past other intense relationships with dramatic breakups. Always the other person's fault. And at the source of this pattern, something hard to discern is that they choose to befriend people whom they envy for some quality, then subtly torture them. Ooh.
Wow.
Ooh, this is described. I may have to get the look. I gotta find me a yellow highlighter, and I gotta fold this page over. I gotta say that again.
Don't fold it. Put a piece of paper in there or something. Don't be messing up your book like that.
Well, I'll go get another book and put it in plastic and jack this one up reading
it. I'm a stickler for stuff like that. Don't be folding anything.
We'll fly all the way out here to a car and check out my books. And be mad doing it.
Listen.
You just take books first,
I have a lot of vices,
See, don't say that too loud, because if there's somebody that wants to slash your tires and break your window, they'll be like, I'm not gonna hurt her. I'm gonna get up inside her house and fold up her books and
fold on my books, right?
That's right.
The yellow markers is fine, because I yellow mark mine. I just don't like dog ears. I really don't like dog ears.
Yeah, because you can never go back. You get that little crease in there.
Exactly. All right, finish read.
Yeah, let me read this. I'm going to go back another sentence. I'm going to say the same thing.
Okay.
And the source of this pattern, something hard to discern, is that they choose to befriend you whom they envy for some quality, then subtly torture them. In general, criticism of you that seems sincere, but not directly related to anything you have actually done, is usually a strong sign of envy. People want to bully and overwhelm you with something negative, both wounding you and covering any tracks of envy.
Christ Almighty.
Oh, that's one interview you won't be going to anyway.
Isn't that something?
We're gonna, yeah, I'm gonna, this is a big book, and I'll read through the whole bad boy and everybody falling asleep.
I know you would.
Look, I want to continue another segment like this, no matter what else we do tomorrow.
Yes.
And a little earlier, because this is sweet. I may have to go back more to the beginning, but we're gonna finish.
We're gonna go back to the beginning.
Yeah,
we could do this as a book club thing.
Yeah, we'll do that. And what I want to do, in the forum, I'm gonna put a section for this book, and if we want to comment on it, and I'll drop this in the link below, and I'm gonna make that tonight. Or this morning rather for me, because right now it's 4:28 a.m. But I'm a night bird. But anyway, I'm gonna make a little section for that, and I'll drop the link inside the part below. So if you're here or later on you see it, you can click there and add your comments on that part. You know what I mean? So it'll be something
right
forevermore. You know what I mean? 5 years from now,
right.
Be there. The YouTube video is going to be there, and we can continue to discuss this and all the other topics that we do. But I'm going to add that in that before I go to bed. You know what I mean? So I'm just so overwhelmed that, I really haven't even. Romy Rome, thank you so much. Thank you so much, my brother.
Romy
Rome. Yes. Wow. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. No, I'll do that. We're going to do that.
Here's the book, guys.
We're going to plant. We're gonna plant there, a tree, a little something. You choose whether it is mango or whatever it is. And I'm gonna put a tag on it. This is gonna say Romy Rome, and I'm gonna take a picture of it. Now that's gonna be not right now, but maybe it will be soon. Okay, but when
Romy, I need a plant.
Okay, well, we got a plant for everybody.
One more.
Thank you so much, brother.
One more plant, Romy.
Yeah, but the thing is, just reading these couple of pages, which I haven't read this book yet,
Okay, wait a minute, Brother Lance. Wait a minute. Was that a sign of envy?
No, not from Romy Rome.
No, me.
Oh, you? You're right. Now we question ourselves now, right? But then again, like I say, you don't even have a question. Like a person who is like that, they already know. That's why they can't.
That's true.
They can't stand more when they look within and see that's what it is. But they can never say, you're more quick to say, you know what, I'm pissed off with you. But most of them say, you know what, I'm so jealous, I'm so envious, I feel so inferior and so inadequate. And so when attacks are levied on me like that, like I said, I was in a conversation with a bunch of people, and this one individual who I understand, through what I heard also, and I know, is very envious because he didn't want to hear me speak in the conversation because I guess he thinks I speak too eloquent. And I don't, we all have our ways of speaking. And I stutter like everybody else. And I have typos and things, words I can't pronounce, whatever. But I found
me too.
Especially when there are women around and you have a man who is a little envious in his way of communicating, or his pedigree he feels is something less. Look, I cannot babysit anybody's envy. But like I said before, envy is the flip side of motivation. And that's my saying. All right. So we're going to put that in a plaque somewhere and put LanceScurv below that. I know people are going to take that one, but envy and motivation are different sides of the same.
T-shirt.
And let me, definitely. And you got to be on me. I want to do a few more tomorrow.
I can't.
Say this, definitely that if you are envious, the flip side of that is motivation. What do I mean? If you see somebody attain something that you may desire for yourself. Now, if you desire something that someone has attained, whether it's that specific thing or in another area of expertise, I'm not mad at you. You know why? You know what that is? Motivation.
Motivation to do better or to do the same.
My rule to tell if there's an envious individual is that if you attain something and they're truly with you, they are motivated to look within to say, look, what can I get for myself or do for myself because you motivated me? And you can say that publicly. But envy doesn't motivate because it's a different side of the same coin. Envy will sit there and just be quiet at what you've achieved. I'm happy for anyone who achieves. You know why? Because you're showing me the way. You're showing me that I can get it done. But what you did may not be exactly what I want to do. But you
Right.
sparked something in me to get up off my lazy behind. And I don't think anybody, somebody called me lazy one time. No, I'm gonna
I
tell
know.
y'all.
I know.
My ex-wife. Lazy.
Mhm.
I'm like, what? You know what I mean?
Mhm.
I couldn't believe that. But even in that situation, and that's a whole other story. I ain't putting it out there like that. But what I'm saying is that if a person is not motivated or draw some strength from what you've achieved to say, man, you really did good. I can see within myself, I'm going to do better because of what you did. Now, I'm
Right.
not competing with you, but you motivated me. And oftentimes it may be something in a different category. Okay. Like, okay, this is why when I was younger and I was in junior high school, 226 on Rockaway Boulevard, a couple of blocks from Lefferts Boulevard, right? I was there in the
Mhm.
7th, 8th, and the 9th. They had a special program for like bright kids. I'm not saying I'm all that smart, but I started high school in 10th grade in the physical building, but we
Right.
stayed, and it was a very intensive program. And so in the 8th and 9th grade, there were a bunch of us who were artists and we were all good. And we had certain projects that they wanted us to do. It was a very
Mhm.
unorthodox program that we can go there and draw all day, but we had to keep up with our marks. And so anybody who had a talent or ability, they were focused on, they would bring outside people in. You see what I mean? So
Right.
to cultivate these things to jumpstart them so that when they got out into the world, they'd be so much better. So when they would give us a couple of periods and say, listen, we were working on this mural and we want to let you all, and we would go in and have fun. We'd go into this big classroom, we lay out, put everything on the table, and we draw. There's somebody else on the other side drawing. So we drawing for an hour. We get up and say, let me see what you're doing. Damn, look at that. We didn't say damn, right? See, man.
Mhm.
And then we'd watch the way the person was shading and watch the way they were holding their hand to get a certain effect with the pen or the pencil. And they would come over and say, listen, get me a blank piece of paper. Let me show you how I do it. We were giving to each other. We were sharing with each other. We were motivated with each other. There are no envious artists like that. It's hard for a real true
Right.
to be envious of the next person's work, but you will be motivated and you will say
Exactly.
every artist in their own way feels that they are the best. Okay, but not in a
Mhm.
toxic way. Not I'm the best. You're not competing when you do art, but when you see somebody and see somebody's work, if it's something in the same category, you say, "Man, this is going to raise those
Appreciate
levels
it. Yeah.
of and appreciate it. I thank you." And you're still
Mhm.
going to look at that person who motivated you as being the best because you got me to this point. When you look at the sport of boxing and you see a guy like Muhammad Ali, and he'll give props to Joe Louis. Muhammad Ali could have kicked Joe Louis behind, left. He's bigger, faster. That's how the generations go. But he was the best at his time. You see what I mean?
Right.
Muhammad Ali, people say, well, Mike Tyson at his prime, whatever. It would have been a good fight. I feel Muhammad Ali would have beat him, and he's from my generation. And just like in the old barber shops, they always went with Joe Louis. Oh, Joe Louis would have knocked Muhammad Ali. That's just the way it is. But you
Right.
give props to the person who came or preceded you, and because they pushed you to the next level. Because when you was a little kid, you looked up to them. How many times have you gone? Like, say, for example, if you lived in Jamaica, lived in the UK, lived in America, and you migrated somewhere else, and you've been
Mhm.
away from that person who in your childhood was a massive giant. Say, take, for example, there's some man on the block that had that little big George Foreman Frankfurt on the back of their head, and they were bald, and they looked big and strong, and they had a little gut, but they had muscles too. And he was, oh, God,
Mhm.
he scares me. You know what I mean? He
Right.
do nothing to me, but I'd hate to like have him try to beat me. He did. And then you go away for 20 years, 30 years, and you come back to the old neighborhood and you see
Mhm.
that man sitting down. It looked like he done lost about 50 pounds. Even his house,
Mm.
the houses that look so big look small. And that those
Right.
people were big and strong and muscular who kind of intimidated you, but they weren't trying to do this, but they were more in their youth and you were a little
Mhm.
child. Now you're
Yes.
grown and you're at your peak, and now
Perspective. Mhm.
and you say, man, they look so small and so weak.
Mhm. Mhm.
It's the child talking inside of you. He doesn't scare me. I could take him right now. But that's
Mhm.
life and how things go.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So
Mhm.
that's, it's just so much in this life that we have to really be aware of. And I want to kind of get into these readings occasionally, but tomorrow night, this is so juicy. I got to get into this. This is going to
I
make
know
me.
you're gonna read that book, read the whole damn book before you go to bed tonight. I could tell.
At 12 noon, I'll be like, I didn't sleep yet.
I know.
No, I got to get up. I got to get up and do a few things. And like I said, another hour or so after we finish, I'll throw up this other one. Give it a little break. I know, just tell me in the chat room, what should I do? Should I throw it up right after the show, 5 minutes, or should I just wait an hour or two? We got to have interactive stuff going on here because, people are in different times. So,
hi, Sunkiss. Are you enjoying yourself?
Yes, Sunkiss. I got to call you tomorrow. I get a lot of calls, and I think I put your name in the phone.
Call him again.
Yeah, just ring it one time. I'm away from the phone. I can't even find the phone. I'll hear it, but ring my phone. Ring it one time if you can. 2 times, whatever. Tamika, whenever you're ready, give me the word. We're gonna do it. Ring my phone twice, and then I'll see the number on top of it. Like, okay, let me program this in because I'm gonna call you today. See, I can say today because we're in the same city right now.
Well, it's today for us now too. We're over 12 o'clock.
True. That's true.
Oh, We Life says throw it up.
Throw it up?
I guess he's up. He's awake. He'll
yeah, throw it up, right? Yeah, I'm gonna throw it up. It's waiting. It's gonna take like another 5 minutes. It's what did it say? I'm currently signed out. What the hell?
What?
Weird things have been happening on my computer.
I know. I don't know.
Oh wow. I think I kind of know why. I think that's why I made that little mistake. Yeah, because I was going to show my face, but I wanted my thing to be.
It's not envy, is it?
You're working me too much. You know what I mean? I get no credit for all the work that I do. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I'm sorry. Bad boy.
Oh gosh. Something in that house is envious.
I know, right? There are all little entities around here. You know what I mean?
I know. Hit the like button, guys. Hit the like button. Please and thank you.
Yes. We'll wrap this down now. And like I said, I've been running my mouth so much, so don't think I'm ignoring anybody in the chat room. I don't even have it in front of me. I had the book I was reading. So, oh yeah, there's the phone. You know what? I want Sunkiss to say hi. Keep ringing. I'm going to pick up.
Okay.
Sunkiss. I'm going to put you on speakerphone.
Hi.
Say hi.
Hello, everyone.
There you go.
Hi, sweetie. How you doing?
She can't hear you because like she can't, I have the headphones on. So,
okay.
The actual show or whatever. But tell us something, Sunkiss. We got you on the line.
Well, I'm here now, and I'm really enjoying myself. It took me a couple of days to get acclimated. I was exhausted when I arrived.
I don't blame you. I know how it is.
We got out today and roamed around a little bit, and we'll do some more today.
Okay.
And do some traveling.
Well, yes. I'm gonna give you a little time before I come and meet you because I'm gonna be so high energy. I just might make you tired. Want to turn around and go back into bed and go to sleep. Yes.
Be here, so.
Yes, definitely. So I know it. Go on and rest and do your thing. Whatever. When you feel a little more, and like I said, there's no rush. It's okay because I'm here. I'm like to energize a buddy all the time. So trust me, we're gonna do good. And I can't wait to meet you.
It's so beautiful here. I don't want to go back.
See, that's what I'm trying to tell people. Yes, that's what I'm trying to tell people. Yes, that is so and tranquil, and you're dropping your guard with a lot of things that you had in America. Like you're like, you know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh shoot.
Yeah. Now you know how I'm stupid. the feeling you have here is like when you fit in one room and you're like, I'm stupid.
Oh God.
It's beautiful. And you look around and the sun is shining brighter. You're no chemtrails. You're seeing fruits with no GMO fruits.
GMO.
You know what I mean? The pace is I'm not gonna say slower, because you know when you go around the markets, it's really fast paced, but it's fast paced in a different way. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's hard to explain. It's like somebody who transitioned and went to the place called heaven. They're like, I ain't coming back. And if they did, nobody came back, right? So
Exactly.
That's how I feel right now. It's going to be really hard in the next 3 weeks to pack up. So I don't know if I'll make it home.
Wow.
I wouldn't be surprised if she stays.
Well, you know what? It wouldn't bother me at all. I'll be like, good. You're here with me. You're here with us. You know what I mean? So I'm looking forward to that. And just keep me posted. And I have your number. I had your number, but I had to, and plus it was in the email. So me, dummy me, but I'm going to put that in tonight. So it's there. So every time I see it, I'll dive for the phone. Right. And we'll connect. And as you wish, anytime, just call me. I don't care what time it is. You want to rep? Call Lance. Because look what time it is. You're probably just waking up and I'm still up.
Yeah, I did take a nap. I'm quite acclimated yet.
Yeah. See, that's another thing too. Getting acclimated, and it takes a little time. The foods, the cleaner. You have stuff out here that's like kind of garbage too. Like, I mean, it's everywhere. But most of the food, just even if you're into eating chicken, the chicken's cleaner. The fish is, everything is like, whoa. And it's just, it's just something else. But yeah, make sure, take care of yourself. Don't fatigue yourself too much. You're here and ain't going nowhere. And just enjoy. Don't worry about coming back, because when you come back, you're going to be mad. I'm not going to lie to you. You're going to see all these white folks and Republicans and all these people cutting your eye. And you like, you're going to break out like the Staples singers. Doom, doom,
Hives.
Doom. I know a place. Ain't no parasites there.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Doom, 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 doom. Nobody follow me in the store. I'll take you there. Already there. But yeah, I'm crazy. She's like, this fool's got, what is he smoking crack? Is he on cocaine? No, I've always got energy like this.
Speed.
So, speed, right? Enthusiasm. Well, you know what it is? I keep myself so isolated from negativity that it just,
I hear you.
Just get up and I'm like, I want to do this, and I do it. I want to do that. I want to do it. And I just,
it calms me down. It's like
it's going to be worse in a good way. And look forward to Kiss for that also. That even when you do go back, absorb all of this goodness and carry it in your heart and keep it in your mind. Take your photos, take different photos. It doesn't even have to make sense. Just stick your hand out the window, just snap a photo, and just know that I'm going back here. It's going to be there for you. People here already, and you also have friends and family who you haven't even met yet. You got to say that. You know what?
Right.
I'm a born and raised New Yorker to the day I transition. But I might not ever go back to that place because this is just too daggone sweet. Like I said, how do you know what your favorite food was before you took that first bite? There was a time when they said, go on and try it, girl. Go on and try it. Nah, I don't want that. It look nasty. No, take a little bite. No, take a bite for me. I'm telling you. Okay, it's going to be nasty.
I will not say what that was for me.
Well, see,
I cannot say.
I can tell you any culinary kink that I have. Like me personally, if you got watermelon and you got a jar of peanut butter,
I know.
For 3 hours, it's gone. Because I'm gonna take a scoop of the watermelon and a scoop of the peanut butter. I'm weird.
You should put that on TikTok.
No, that's what I'm gonna do. I need to get a watermelon with some peanut butter and put the camera in front of me and eat both.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be the weird food guy.
I don't know about the peanut butter.
Oh my God. I wish she could hear me. I think she can hear me if she's got her computer going still, but
eating a lot of fruit the last couple of days.
Yes.
And it is a lot different.
It is.
A lot of seeds.
Exactly. And when you spit them seeds, when you come back after this trip, there'll be watermelons growing before you hit the United States. They grow quick. I'm telling you.
That's true. That's true.
They grow quick.
Wow.
You know what I said before when I went up to the Volta region and we took the van up there and I said, listen, driver, you got to pull over. I got a water bill to pay. And so I paid the water between these two trees and we went up there for a couple of days, turned around and came back and I saw on the highway, I'm like, wait a second, there's 3 trees over there between the two.
You are a mess. Oh my God.
Yes.
You're crazy.
Kiss.
Oh my gosh.
My dear sister, I'm here. Give me a quick 5-minute, 2-minute call later on in the day when you can. I'm going to meet Elizabeth and we're going to do some videotaping, but I'm up late. She wants to do it in the morning. So if I do it in the morning, I'm going to look like an owl. I'm going to have dark circles under my eyes, or raccoon or whatever. But whenever you can, just throw me. I'm not going to drain you down, talk to you for 2-3 hours and, just to say hi again and keep in touch that way. But when you're ready to meet, we'll line it up and we'll do something. And I promise I won't videotape you against your will. You know what I mean? Only if you want to. But I'm looking forward to that. And you have a wonderful night. And this is different.
Morning.
Got you on the show.
Yes, it is. That was very nice.
Say it again, sister.
I did just ring your phone, so my number is back in your phone again.
Yes. And it was always there. I just had to choose because there's a whole lot of calls I've been getting on the Ghana number. So yeah, if you go back and nap again, just enjoy your rest. Or if you stay up for a little while, either way, just know that you're loved and you're protected. And if anybody try to mess with you, you call me. I'm gonna get that ski mask and come over there because I still got some power in my fist. All right. So anyway, I'll talk to you later, sweetheart. And enjoy your day. Oh yeah, sure. We're gonna wrap it down now anyway, but this is an extra good treat. We saved the best for last.
Yes.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Yes. Take care, my sister. Much love. Love and light.
Bye.
Bye.
That was nice and refreshing.
Yeah.
Yes.
I love that.
Yeah, this is what live shows do for you.
Yeah. They were saying about the fun guy. Yeah, I'm the fun guy. I'm not just like some spore growing. I'm the fun guy.
The fun guy. This is what happens on the LanceScurv Empress Elegy show. Oh God.
Wow. Yeah.
Can never remain serious.
But I'm gonna jump in the sack. And we'll be back. And then, like I said, we'll do some longer ones and stuff, and we'll read out of the book and everything like that. And then we'll have other topics and subjects. It's just I've been a little apprehensive because in this part of Accra where I'm in, sometimes you have like frequent power outages, and so it's not a ghetto thing; it's just a system thing. And it is what it is. So I've kind of like just did the premieres and stuff that I record and whatever have you. But I'm just to heck with it. If it does that, it does that. My family here will understand, and they know when the lights come back on. Yes, they do. Sometimes it blinks off for like 30 seconds or 2 minutes or an hour. You just never know. But I can't let it hinder me, and I have a guarantee against that in a few
shortly.
Weeks. I took care of that, So let's just vibe with each other, keep our spirits up. And watch those envious people who mask themselves as positive people who concern themselves to you. Be careful who comes around you. Be careful what you spill about your information and your business. Is not to be paranoid, but you have to guard yourself. Because if you can remember when you said to yourself years ago, you can count your friends on one hand. Don't think as you've met 1,000 people that you have 1,000 new friends.
Right. That's so true.
And they may not be envious.
I don't have any.
But their toxicity might not be for you. Come on, come by my house and let's hang out and let's smoke a little bit and let's drink a little bit and let's eat some junk food and let's do it. That may not be your thing. You know what I mean? Because when they invite you over for that, well, here are a couple pills. Do you get down with this? No, not really. You know, so you got to be careful. And they might not even ask you. You get them to go to the bank, you got apple juice over there. They got liquor, and all of a sudden the apple juice got you high and seeing three of you around the room naked.
Vodka.
You know what I mean? What the hell is this? So you got to be careful. You got to be careful. That's
right. That's true.
Sometimes people will see your light and not like the light that you possess genuinely. You know, I've had people
experienced that.
Hate me because I'm loving and I'm giving, but I've had to learn how to protect that self. That little boy side of it. I'm not saying loving is and giving is like a child thing, but I have that innocent side of me where I just want to see people have fun and feel good. And that's why I've always hosted good parties coming up, because it wasn't about the ego and how many people I had come there, but I really want you to laugh. I really want you to have a good time. I'm the kind of guy I want to tuck you in the bed to go to sleep. If you're a dude, I'm like, okay, go have a good sleep. If you're a female, I'm not saying now like I'm on some creepy stuff, but I love to, you know, put somebody to sleep, like old girlfriends that I've been with, or even my present wife. You know, you tuck them away, you're still up a little bit, and they're sleeping, and you look at them and say, boy, and you know that you had a good meal, you made them laugh hard, and it's a joy when somebody sleeps so good after hanging out. So that's what I want to do for everybody that comes to the show. I might be ranting, I might be funny, I might be mad, I might be introspective, but whatever I am, I'll be real with it. You know what I mean? And make sure you get the genuine thing. Like I said, 1,000 strong. I may have numbers that are up there. People say, man, you got a lot of followers. But if we have that core family where not only I can vibe with you and then Priscilla can vibe with you, but everybody can vibe with each other, and you will be disappointed in the future because you will have fraudulent people come around. Just keep that discerning spirit. And we know, and I got to thank you all. I have the best daggone chat room on the internet.
Yes, you do.
And it's not about me, it's everybody here. So I thank you for that.
Yes, indeed.
You know, and like I said, anybody coming here with the foolishness, they get steamrolled. But if there are any misunderstandings, we deal with it in a civil way and we grow from it, because sometimes misunderstandings happen. But some people come with the purpose of destroying, and they don't like this and they don't like that. We didn't plan this a lot. We said we're going to go live, and even at one point, Empress Elegy was like, "I don't think you're going live." I'm like, "I'm telling you, I'm going live." You know what I mean? So I said, "Listen, this is something I promise to do every day. Now, some days going to come up with things."
Folks, I have to keep his feet to the fire because.
To the fire, but to the fire.
Not to the fire. Not through the fire, to the fire.
For real. You know what? I should really make, I can tag this up after. Let me just go on and make this public. And then, or I'm going to schedule it to go. No, I'm not going to make it public. I'm going to schedule it to go on in 5 minutes. So that there'll be 5. Why not? I mean, if people said immediately, okay. It's still it's the 7th, and over on the East Coast it's 12:56. Yeah. So I have to do this for 1 a.m.
Oh, 1 a.m. Wow. Oh well. Yeah. Bye guys.
We gotta get out of here for real, because
Lance is running me off the show.
No, you can come right off back on the next one, as I recorded earlier. You know what I mean? So let's see. Now this way, I'm gonna save this. We're gonna make a link, and I'm gonna drop the link right in this room for people who listen to this in the future and say, what show are they talking about? So now I'm gonna drop this in right here, everybody. And the title of it was, We Are Cursed People. Now, I'm not even considering that, but I had to do it and spin it a certain way to, little wordplay. So anyway, let me get up out of here, and it's been enjoyable.
Good night, guys. Good night, everyone.
Yes. What do you think with better content? All right. So that being said, we'll play something a little more lively. Oh, man, wait a second. I got to find my place here again. Let me just find this. Okay. We'll play Empress Elegy's theme on the way out. All right?
Oh, nice. Okay. Take care. All righty.
And Mika, we're going to do that show. Hit that link, y'all. It's coming on in 3 minutes. There'll be another chat room. So while I sleep, you can enjoy the show.